Hey everyone, welcome back to Miss Calibo's virtual art class. This week we're going to be doing something special in honor of a holiday that's coming up on Sunday, and that's going to be Mother's Day. So we're going to be making Mother's Day cards for your parents. So whether it's for your mom or aunt or grandmother, maybe you have an older sister you want to make it for, or even a teacher. So this is what we're going to be making today. We're going to be creating what you call a Hyacinth Mother's Day card. And your Mother's Day card, when you're finished, is going to look something similar to this. It's going to be pretty 3D. I'm going to show you guys how to create this by just using plain white paper. If you have construction paper to use, great. You can use a piece of white paper, light blue for the background for the sky. You would need green for the leaves, and then some kind of color for your flower itself. But otherwise, you can easily just use white paper, and we will just color it to decorate it just like I did here. And I'm going to show you guys step by step on how to do this. Alright, in order to get started, you guys are going to need 4 sheets of paper. On the first sheet of paper is going to be the white background. So this is what you're going to end up using to glue down your sky and the flower on top of it. And then on the back of it, we will actually create a message. And that could be the first thing that you guys do. So whether you grab a pen or marker or whatever you want to do, but the first thing you can go ahead and do on the back of your first paper is write a little note to whoever you're giving it to. So say for example, we're just going to do something simple. Happy Mother's Day. Maybe there's a poem you want to write. Maybe you just want to say I love you. And then maybe you just write your name. So I'm Miss Calibro. So I'll just put heart and a C. So whatever you want to do on the back of it, that's going to be your note. Alright, and then when you're done, you're going to flip it back over to the front so we can go ahead and start decorating it and building up the card. So we're going to go ahead and leave this off to the side because we're not going to need it just yet. We're going to have this as our background. We're going to need to go in and make the blue section. So we're working on the blue sky, and you're going to notice that the white paper pretty much framed the border. So we're going to make this blue paper a little bit smaller than the background paper. So I'm going to grab another sheet of white paper. In order to make this a little smaller, I'm going to go in and I'm going to you can fold. To make it a little easier, you can fold just one side and then the top side also. So you're going to fold 2 sides, and once you fold it, you're going to grab your scissors and cut on that line. And that helps you have a nice little straight line. So we're going to cut all the way down and cut this way as well. Alright, so now you're going to notice that when you cut, you can just kind of throw this trash away. Alright, when you cut and you look and you put this on top of the other paper, it is now smaller. And you can judge, well, maybe I need to go in and make it a little smaller. That's definitely up to you. But now that I have my second piece of paper, next we need to go in and we need to color it. So you're going to grab like a blue crayon, blue colored pencil, blue marker, whatever you have, and you're going to completely color. So I'm just go back and forth, and you're just going to take a few minutes just to kind of build it up, and you get the color as much as you can. So I'm not going to do this whole thing for you, but it just kind of gives you the idea. So when you guys are finished, you're going to have a background that's completely done just like that. Once your background is done, now it's time to glue it down. So we're going to go ahead and grab our glue stick. If you don't have a glue stick, you can use Elmer's glue, tape if you really have to. But you're going to go in, grab some glue. I'm going to go along the outside edge, all the way around the outside. I'm going to make a little rectangle. Like that, and then I'm going to glue it down, press down into the center of my paper. And then now you kind of notice, well, I have my nice little border with the white frame, and then now we have the sky. And that's the beginning. So now we need to start going in to make our flower itself. We're going to leave this one over up to the side, and we're going to grab a 3rd sheet of paper. So with our flower, in order to do that, the first thing you need to do, we're going to fold it in half. So we're going to be making the curve, the under portion. You can kind of see the under section of our flower itself. So we're going to fold this in half. And then I'm going to go and grab a pencil. You can grab a pencil. That's probably the easiest way to do it. I'm going to grab a pen so you guys can see. But you're going to go and draw a nice big, like almost like a rainbow shape. So if you need to flip it so you can kind of see it, it looks kind of like a smile if you look at that way. So we're going to make sure we're doing this on the crease. So remember, I fold it. So the crease is here to the side. I'm going to go and draw a nice big oval shape. It's going to take up as much of the paper as you can. And then once you've done that, you're going to go in, grab some scissors, and cut it out. So I'm going to cut the best I can on this oval, or this rainbow shape, and then when I open it up, I actually have the background for my flower. Alright, I'm going to lay that down, and I want to go ahead and color it. So, in order to color, think about whatever color you want to do. Maybe you want to do pink, purple, green. Well, you don't want to do green, because green will be the color of the leaves, but I'm going to go and do red this time. So I'm going to grab my color. Well, oh, this is orange. That's okay too. So I'm going to grab orange and completely color the whole thing in. Alright, I'm going to go back and forth. Fill in. Remember this part, not you're going to see much of it. You know, do the best you can. You want it to look pretty decent. But this isn't the most important part. So just going to get this color filled in. Make sure there isn't any white. It's okay if you have some texture in there. That just gives a little bit more detail to the flower as you go. So now my oval is finished, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue it down to the middle of my card. So I'm not going to do a top to the bottom because I'm going to need room for the stem and leaves. So I'm going to do it as close to the top as I can. You can leave a little bit of room at the very top for some sky. I'm going to flip it over. Do a nice little ring around the outside. Lay it down and rub it down. So now we have the base of my flower. Alright, from there we want to go and do our leaf. So we're going to go back to the same sheet of paper. I didn't throw it away. There's still much room. So I'm going to go in down at the bottom. I'm going to draw a nice big leaf shape. So you can see I only did one leaf this time. I'm going to keep my paper folded so you can kind of see there's two pieces. But if I keep it folded and I hold it down and I cut both pieces, so you see I'm cutting both papers at the same time. And as I cut and I go around this leaf shape, looks like a football. And then I open it up. Now I have two leaves. Alright, and then you're also going to need a stem. So same idea. I'm going to go down the side. If you want to go and draw a nice little rectangle along the edge, you can. Go in, keep it folded, cut it out. If they're still connected, you just cut it, and now you have two stems. And then, of course, you're going to go in and color them. So I'm going to grab my green, take a few minutes to color the stem and the leaves. So there's my two stems. And leaf. So there's one and two. So remember, you want to color the whole thing in. Make sure there's no white showing. Alright, so I have my leaves. I'm going to go in and lay these over. So, I'm going to go and pull my flower back over. And then I realize, oh, well, I have two stems, so I'm actually not going to need this other stem. You can save that other stem for later if you wanted to do another project. Alright, I'm looking. My stem is a little bit too long for my flower. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to lay my stem down. You're going to do a strip of glue. Have the base of the stem start at the bottom of the blue and go up to the top of the flower, to the bottom of the flower. And then whatever's left over, you can kind of just bend over and cut off the extra. Alright, then after that, I'm going to go ahead and glue down my leaves. One leaf. Two leaves. Right, now I'm going to bring this closer so now you can kind of see. You have your background and your leaves there. Alright, so and then whatever extra scraps you have, you can just throw off to the side. We're going to throw it away later. So I just wanted to remind you, remember when you folded your paper in half, you draw a nice little curve. It looks like a little smiley face this way. For your flower, you draw a little football shape for a leaf, and then you draw your stem off on the side. Alright, so now it's going to be the part where we're going to start adding our details. So this is where we're going to go in and actually build up our rings to make it look like it's 3D. So the 3D part of the flower. So in order to do that, we need another sheet of paper. So we're going to have to go in the exact same color that we had before. If you did purple, you're going to do purple. If you did orange, you do orange. If you really want to change up the color, you definitely can. It's up to you. But whatever color you decide to do, you're going to go in and start coloring. So this time I actually want to change up the color to make it a little bit more textured. I'm going to use purple this time. And same as before, I'm going to color the entire paper with my purple. So if you notice, well, like my crayon, I've used it quite a bit. If you need to tear off some of the extra paper, that's definitely okay. You could do that so you could continue using it. So I'm going to go in and color it, and I'm going to take, 3 or 4 minutes just to kind of completely color this all the way around and fill the whole thing in. Make sure you color it the best you can because you are going to be using most of this paper when you're done. Alright, so when you're finished, you're going to have a nice little background like this. So we are going to be using this to fold and cut out to make our little strips to make our ringlet. So in order to fold, you could flip it over if you want to. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to fold it in half. So kind of like we did when we were making our flower. So you fold it in half once, do a nice crease. I'm going to fold it in half again. Get as close to the edge as you can. And then one more time. So I fold it in half 3 times. Open it up. When you flip it over, you have 8 little strips. 8 little rectangles. So I'm going to go in and quickly cut each one. Take your time when cutting, but you don't want to cut yourself. You also want to keep these strips the best you can. You're going to keep cutting them all out until you have 8 little rectangles or strips. I cut a little quicker to kind of get through, but if you want to be careful, because it is easy to mess up. Alright, so now I have my strips. Alright, we want to start making our rings. So in order to do this, I'm going to bring my flower back. I'm going to have my strip in order to make it into a ring. I'm going to go first, I'm going to put a nice long strip of glue on one side. Alright, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to take my 3 fingers, wrap it around to make like a little O shape. And I'm going to pull it and glue it down. Just like that. If you think, well, maybe this is too big, you're welcome to go in and keep pulling it into whatever size you want. So if you want it to be a little smaller, you can do a little smaller. And if you think there's too much paper still, you can cut off some of the extra and put more glue. Just throw it away. Alright, once you've done your little stripe, your little oval or circle, I'm going to put glue at the bottom and stick it down. So I'm going to do that for each one. So remember, I'm going to put a nice long strip of glue, wrap it around my 3 fingers, pull it around, and then keep pulling until I have a nice size. You might have to hold it a little bit to make sure it dries, because it does come up really easy. So hold it, you have to hold it down. When you're done, add some glue and stick it down. So you're going to do this to each one until you fill up the entire flower. And then when you're done, it's going to look just like that. So remember, so you have your nice little flower on the front, and then when you flip over to the back, you'll have your little note. And you can give this to whoever you want to for Mother's Day. Alright, well, you guys have fun. I look forward to seeing what you guys create. Bye-bye.